Hello everyone, Oakchain here, and today we're going to be talking about Giggle Academy, which is Changpeng Zhao or CZ Binance's new education project. I'm here with the founder of Oakchain, Nansel.
Yeah, thank you, Don. It's always nice to talk about education and as well the next phase for CZ. But basically, my name is Nansel. I'm co-founder at Oakchain, and at Oakchain, we are looking to empower the next generation of Web3 professional through providing a decentralized platform where educators and learners can learn as well, personalize it to a skill set, and be able to explore career opportunity in this space. So yeah, always happy to discuss, Don.
Yeah, so this Giggle Academy is relevant for us, obviously, because we are one of the first blockchain educators on in the space, and this is interesting for us because we're going to be looking at Giggle Academy. At first, we thought this was a blockchain education based thing about crypto, but it turns out that it's actually not about crypto at all. And it's more about general school topics.
Uh, yeah, I also felt same until I just went through some of his tweets where he talked about it not having a token, which I mean it's normal to say a Web3 educational platform doesn't have a token. It's very normal. But I mean, when I started reading the concept paper, I discovered that I think it's just a basic educational platform, like something that does deal with the normal conventional topics like English, maths, physics, and all of that. But one thing I know is that it's just going to be gamified based on what I read.
Yeah, so gamified is what he mentioned in his tweet, and on the site it mentions it a couple of times. And one interesting aspect about this site is that they are hiring for basically every single role, which means that there are no founding members so far, so they are looking for people to work on this project, and it's completely new. So the timeline for when it drops could be a while, but if you are watching this video and you are interested in working for this, obviously they have open positions here for you, and we're just going to looking at a bit at the concept paper and look at what exactly that they want to do with this project. So we're going to go ahead for the concept paper right now. I'm sharing it on the screen, and we're going to just go through every single point here and give our thoughts about what this means for blockchain and cryptocurrency. So looking at the Giggle Academy concept paper, the problem that they showcase is that the following. They say over 75% of the world's 781 million illiterate adults are found in South Asia, West Asia, and Sub Saharan Africa, and women represent almost two-thirds of all illiterate adults globally. This is according to Wikipedia. Now, how does this like kind of match up with our demographic, Nansel? Do you think?
I mean, I like the concept paper is really a concept paper because I mean, at first glance, the problem just is just spot on, and it's just like literally the vision we had. I mean, remember Oakchain started as a passionate project. What we wanted to do with Oakchain is we just basically myself and Perry, my co-founder, we just literally started going for outreaches because we actually discovered the knowledge gap in it solely in the area of blockchain. And I mean, everybody's trying to do all these things online, but we forget that in Africa, I mean, not everybody has access to smartphones. That's first thing first. There's no access to even light, like a stable light, and then talk more of internet, right? So I mean, there's a lot of things to cover when it comes to educating, and on ground education is really one of the best. So seeing all the statistics he put in place in terms of the gap in knowledge, I mean, it's just spot on because all of these places he mentioned, South Asia, Sub Saharan Africa, the entire Africa in short. I mean, it's all starting from knowledge, both conventional knowledge and also Web3 and blockchain related knowledge as well. So I think the problem was just spot on. It gives everybody the idea of where this project is trying to go, and then not talking about the gender difference, right? I mean, females, most especially, I don't know how it is in Europe, but in Africa, I mean, just recently that I mean, a lot of women are taking the step to actually find themselves studying or taking some steps when it comes to education or work or anything in general in the public. So, I mean, of course, focusing on women as well is something huge. I mean, that's one of the things we did when we started outreaches. We went to all girls schools as well, just because they were very left out and all of those. So I really understand where CZ is going with the concept paper, and the problem just kind of opened your eyes to the bigger picture and where this project is going to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the overview, it seems that his target or the target audience for Giggle Academy is grade 1 to 12 level education. So that would be about from age 6 to about 17, 18, I believe, with a completely online curriculum. So there will be no physical presence. All of it will be online and it will be gamified, as you said. So it will be a lot of games and probably not the conventional uh, education, but more like an adaptive one, which is, as they claimed, this is not aimed to replace the existing education system, but probably supplement it to give some extra access to underprivileged kids in developing countries. And the
Wonder-
curriculum, yeah, and the curriculum that they're going to go through is going to be like basic reading, language, literature, and basic topics like math, science, or not basic, but like a common subject with like math, science, physics, biology, and finance, which is not usually taught at elementary schools. What are your thoughts about him teaching finance in this course?
I really think finance is awesome. I mean, headlining the topics he mentioned here, looking at the concept paper, I think he made mention of history. He made mention of blockchain. I mean, he made mention of AI as well, entrepreneurship, sales. So I feel like this is not just like an off the scale kind of idea CZ is bringing up. I think he has been away from the light for some time, and I really see a lot of thoughts and a lot of thinking through this concept paper. It looks like a well thought through kind of idea. So I mean, teaching finance in school is something we have always talked about. I mean, many of us wouldn't be where we are if we have had fundamental knowledge about finance, had fundamental knowledge about entrepreneurship. I mean, these are the kind of things we really notice. I mean, talking about all educational platform in Web3, everybody focus on like, yeah, I mean, getting a lot of developers is awesome. It's for scalability of the blockchain as well is really awesome. But of course, understanding that there should be a balance, that not everyone is going to be a developer. It's really a big ask as well. So I mean, CZ looking at this, it's really something awesome. So personalizing this study to a career path, because I mean, just studying about finance can actually get you a career in finance. Studying about entrepreneurship can get you to build things, can get you into businesses, and a lot of things. Same thing with sales. You can get a whole career from sales. So even when he's talking about like normal conventional topics, I mean, highlighting these key parts, I mean, it's really awesome. Blockchain, also one of them, because we know this is where the future is going, as well as AI. I mean, two of them together, I mean, it's really awesome. So finance, blockchain, AI, entrepreneurship, sales, and all of these things are really, I think they are really, really awesome peak to start with. I mean, if children from 13 years, I mean, could start learning about these things, then we'll definitely have a better future. Like everybody understanding finance from that age gap, I think is really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like all the topics are objective topics, meaning that there's no subjectivity to them like it is with history, religion, etc. So all of these are hard skills that cannot really be disputed too much. They're just facts like math, science. You can't really change it too much. So this is great because it will be universal knowledge for everyone. It's not something that's subjective. So this is great, obviously. Along with that, it looks like the course is completely free. All the courses, no revenue platform, and it's available to everyone throughout the whole world. Now, there are some things that I saw later in the concept paper that we're going to talk about this physical presence thing, but we're going to wait with that. Um, yeah, so we're going to actually teach people how to use AI as well, the students, but I think that's interesting, obviously, because we don't know too much about AI, so it's going to be interesting what they're taught, maybe just to recognize it and some patterns, etc. But moving on to the interesting part, which is gamification. Like they're saying they want to gamify the curriculum to make learning more addictive, and they want to have content from the best teachers and game developers in the world. So they mention NFTs as badges, which sounds similar. And yeah, they're gonna have points, scores, etc. And the badges are gonna be NFTs. What do you think about using NFTs as a badge, as a proof of your learning?
So Don, I mean, if we don't do NFC, then it becomes any edictable a certificate that you see on the internet. I mean, it's very easy to get all of these certificates from the market. Just put them on, and I think that's the whole concept. That's why we love blockchain. Blockchain just remove that gap from all of these. I mean, if you say you are certified this, that, just like what we are trying to do at Oakchain, I mean, in order for you to be able to explore the career opportunities that are being presented there, of course, you must have like a proof of skill, is what we call it at Oakchain, proof of skill. So if you are eventually trying to venture into content writing, of course, there should be a badge, NFT badge or certificate that shows that you have completed this study and you have become a Web3 writer, right? That way, it's not about, okay, I did it or you saying it. It's about you sending this because it's on the blockchain. I mean, anyone can access it, anyone can see it, and they see that it was sent. So it's more like a non-transferable kind of NFT, right? It stays with you, is with you. So it's not like it comes directly from the platform to your wallet, and then for you to use them and do all of these things. So I think using NFT is just like the normal concept in Web3. Anybody that wants to do all of the proof of study, proof of skill, and all of this, I think NFT is the best way to keep those things in check. So I'm not I'm not surprised seeing NFTs because this is the only way to keep everything clean, authentic, just like what the blockchain is secured and is a public ledger for everybody to see for themselves that indeed this person have gone through this skill. So yeah, NFT is definitely a good way, and I'm not surprised at all. CZ thought of that, so it's more win for the NFT and crypto space as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely not surprised because a lot of people that don't know too much about blockchain think of NFTs as just pictures and art, but NFTs obviously can be used for so much more, as you just said. They can be used to store the certificate for without it being it's immutable. You can't change it, and it stays there forever. So obviously that's a great way to go about it. And looking at the progress for the content, it looks very similar to what we do in Oakchain with the systematic progress and content selection. So what that means is that you don't need to search for other parts of the internet about what these things mean because you're going to be able to get it all on the platform, which sounds like the courses that we make currently for Oakchain, which you will learn everything on the platform and you don't need to go to other sites. So sounds the same as we are doing right now, which is obviously great. Now, going through a little bit of these, some one thing that I thought was very interesting was this anti-cheat mechanism, which says that the device camera will be turned on at random times to perform facial recognition to ensure the student is not someone else. Now, this is like the complete opposite of what we do because we take the security very seriously, and it's just very interesting to me how it will just be turned on at random times to like track you. What are your thoughts about this privacy policy that they have?
Honestly, I don't know, but I mean, talking about the age frame he mentioned, 13. I mean, it could be a great way for privacy and all of that, of course, because I totally understand where this is coming from. This security measure is just simple. For us, when we say we want to in the future do something like a live show, just where people come to study, take questions. I mean, we've been thinking so deeply on how can we make it authentic, how can we remove the cheating from it. I mean, all of these things are measures as well. So but the part I don't really know is, I mean, people can be studying from different demographics, and I can tell you for a fact, in so many African countries, it will be definitely not an easy task to turn on cameras randomly because there's no stable electricity, right? Most times people are staying in different places. But overall, I think the anti-cheat mechanism is really awesome. I mean, this is something we're still new. I don't know if anyone has tried it, but I feel people just study and anybody can take this course for them. Anybody can take the class just to earn the certificate. So I think this anti-cheat mechanism is just for the sole purpose of removing, just literally removing the place where somebody has to come take the classes or take the exams just for the just for the NFT certification and all of that. So I think it's really going to be awesome. I think it's something that is scalable long term, something that is definitely going to be used. But here, we are looking to see where this goes. But I think it's definitely something great to explore as well.
Yeah, and moving on to a topic that has been touched on a few times on this concept paper, which is the job market. Now, they've made it clear that they don't want to replace a college education, but they want to rather give their students more opportunities to get to the job market. And it states here that potential employers can filter kids by their certification or skills achieved, meaning that if one kid is excels in one topic, let's say science, then those employees or the employers can filter the kids and look at the top kids by their topic. So when they're good at one subject, they're more likely to get a job in the subject that they're good in, which is obviously a great way to go about it rather than just having them search for the same jobs. They can actually get a job in a topic that they are good in. And another interesting point here is that point D, 10D, it says that kids get paid. So obviously a challenge for many uh, lower, for many countries from lower, like where there are fewer chances to make money. Obviously, they send their kids to work in the fields, for example,
Hmm.
and this will ensure that the parents, okay, they're like, hey, they can actually get paid doing this, and this I think will be a very strong incentive for the parents to keep their kids in this program. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think not until recently. I mean, the researching, I see there are other countries that, of course, allow children to work. I mean, I just recently find out. So I mean, it could be awesome. I don't know how they want to. First of all, he mentioned the platform being, I mean, is it revenue free, right? I mean,
Yeah,
everything is going to be totally free. So, um, having paid options on the platform as well, it's I don't know where the money is coming from that it gets to pay, except if I'm not understanding the concept paper, but generally, I think payment, or more like in Web3, you call it lend to earn, right? Just this, I mean, literally, this all of these things are mostly Web3 related kind of concepts. I mean, I don't think there's any Web2 platform that is teaching and paying people at the same time for learning. So I think the concept of paying kids, I mean, while learning could be like just like a more way of. So I'm just thinking, since it's going to be highly gamified, I mean, another way to get revenue could be through it through adverts and most of those things, but I don't really know. He put that disclaimer out there, so I'm just curious where the money is going to come from. So maybe he has provided more light on that, maybe down in the concept paper. But overall, I think uh, learn to earn is a nice concept, and then doing it in a way where people can access it from that age range, I think it's really really awesome. Kids can start building up their career from that stage. I mean, I think it's really really brilliant. The job market, just like we talked about, is really awesome. I mean, that's one of the problem we're trying to fix as well. People in the space,
Mm.
everybody just, I mean, the concept about learning Web3, a lot of people have learned Web3, but then now they don't know what to do with the knowledge because they just learn how to trade, or they see a lot of people just say they bought this. Just degening is what everybody is seeing as a skill or as a career, right? So, I mean, for us, focusing on that area where individuals can personalize their learning journey through a skill set, learning a particular skill that can earn them a job, because of course this industry is growing, so of course there'll be huge job opportunity. It cannot even be tamed. So I mean, it's really awesome seeing this as well, and I'm just hoping to see how all of this unravel with all of these concepts I'm reading in the paper. So I think it's a good one done, just to see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as for the teachers as well, if you're not a kid, they have openings for teachers as well. And it says here that the best content and teachers, I'm assuming this would be content creators and teachers, rise to the top and they get high rewards. Now, what these rewards are still, we don't know, but they're promising high rewards for teachers as well. So if you're a great teacher, this could also be something for you. Now, a topic that you mentioned earlier is that a lot of parts of Africa didn't have the greatest and stable internet connection, and they've actually mentioned it here. And the response to that is that they need to figure out how to leverage that most, even though the connections are not stable, they say that most rural villages still have an internet connection, and they need to figure out how to leverage it. So how they're going to do that, it's still up to grabs, but at least uh, they're mentioning it and recognizing it. So that's a great first step, at least.
I think another thing is, I mean, reading this concept paper honestly feels like it feels like reading Oakchain's product doc. Honestly, like I didn't go this deep, but honestly, going through it again, it just literally looks like Oakchain doc, because we touched on all of these things, and we came with a lot of perspective from the area. I mean, in most developed countries, it's easy to get people to learn something because of what is being or available to them to learn. In Africa, in most cases, these things are very limited, just like all of these things we mentioned. I mean, pitching on demo day on just concluded Horizon program, I talked about the geographical limitation when it comes to exploring opportunity, when it comes to studying as well. And seeing him just talk about all of these things looks like, I just feel like, so this is what I feel. I feel like this it was really a huge market. We saw this. I mean, we started Oakchain some years back, and we just literally saw this from the very beginning. That this is really going to be something awesome. I mean, having educators, having in his own words, having teachers as well on the platform is just really going to be awesome. We want to do the same thing. Have writers on the platform, of course, explore stuff like on-chain classroom, right? Everything is just going to be on the blockchain, right? Studying and dropping proof of attendance and all of that on the blockchain. So I think it's really awesome, giving the opportunity, of course, for teachers and of course learners alike. It's definitely something awesome. So I mean, I just wanted to point that out, that the doc looks so much like like what we have, the concept we have at Oakchain, and we are positioned from the Web3 standpoint. That's all I have to say in that regards.
Yeah, reading this, it just reminds me so much of what we're doing right now, and it's just yeah, it's interesting that, and it's fun, and it's exciting to see that someone like CZ is taking the same step as us, and I think this is overall great for the community as well. Now,
100%.
yeah, now here CZ actually wrote some of his own thoughts in at the bottom of this concept paper, and he mentions some of the reasons that he wants to do this. And the main reason is that he this is what he has expertise in. Like he mentions that he could help with other stuff, like try to fight world hunger and try biotech, but his expertise is in teaching away and educating, so that's why he chose this. And interestingly enough, in this paragraph one, in the frequently asked questions, the question says, why not partner with an existing education platform? And it says that I, CZ, am fully willing to work with other charities, including donations, but they are not mutually exclusive. But he mentions that he wants to have full autonomy to develop their own approach and at their own fast pace. So I think CZ just wants to do this at his own level, his own pace, and just not really answer to anyone else. And that's why he's trying to do this himself as well.
Uh, yeah, I think I felt same because when I saw the tweet and I had to go look all what he was saying, I mean, just like we were saying before this call, I mean, I highly predicted this move because if there's one thing CZ has been very strong on is education. I always make this. I say, one of the reasons why Binance in the first place was so successful is that CZ focused more on giving the knowledge to people. I mean, in not it's only logical that you give education to someone and then when the person eventually wants to venture into what you just taught him, he might just explore and then first start with your product as well. So I mean, CD has always been he has been hit. I don't know if with the whole case with SEC and all of that, even if it didn't happen, I mean, I felt like CZ would have still have something like this anyways. Because early last year he made mention, he posted this picture where he made like a 4 point agenda and he emphasized on education highly. So I just knew that CZ was going to do something in relation to education and seeing how he wants to get everybody from the scratch. I mean, he's starting a completely new team and everything looks like the concept paper was written by him. The website looks like it was designed by him. I mean, he has zero team at the moment, except of course for now, people of course a lot of interview and a lot of application as well. So I really want to see where this goes in his own pace. But of course, I know in the future he will definitely be open. But then let's see how it goes in his own pace, and I trust him because I know he's big on education.
Yeah, of course. In the education space, obviously there are no rivals. The more the merrier, because our goal is the same, is to educate everyone who's willing to learn and who is maybe not able to get the education that they deserve. And CZ has the same goal as us at Oakchain, and we hope that no matter who you choose and no matter who tells you what, I hope just our goal stays the same and that our goal stays that we want to educate everyone. And yeah, Oakchain and CZ with Giggle Academy, we are have the same goal, and I think it's a noble one.
100% done. I think we are all on the noble cause, just like you said, to educate everyone. I mean, there are so many people in this world. People, but youth are growing. I mean, demand for education is high, and I think it's really it's just now that everybody needs this knowledge and it is a huge interest around learning skill, a particular skill. I mean, people want to learn all of this skill, content writing. They want to know how to become educators. I mean, all of this skill set people are looking for. So I mean, just like you said, we are all on the same course. We are more positioned through the Web3 side, of course. Currently, I think we are almost opening our beta test soon. We're still taking wait list. So if you're watching this, I mean, you can go to our platform, Oakchain.io, where you can log in. your email just on the wait list. If you are an educator or you're somebody who is looking to venture into Web3 skills, I mean, personalized skill and all of that, I mean, Oakchain is definitely a place for you as well.
Absolutely. So that's oakchain.io. The link will be in the description to join our waitlist. We're looking forward to getting all of you there, and we hope to see you there soon. As for now, thank you for watching, and thank you from me, and thank you from Nansel.
Yeah, thank you so much, Don. It's always nice talking about education, talking about the future as well. So yeah, nice having you as well.
All right, everyone. Remember to like this video and subscribe, and we'll catch you later at Oakchain.